Welcome to warm-up day 66. So let's come into the space, to your space. And we're going to begin today on the floor, on all fours, because why not? So find yourself on all fours, hands and knees. Hello, Midori. We're starting today on all fours. And just begin to, you want to bring your hands underneath your shoulder sockets for the moment, and your knees underneath your hip sockets. But we're not going to stay there. We're going to begin to move our bodies and begin to wake up our spines. So we can begin here on all fours and moving it around, perhaps gently arching and rounding it. Coming back to a folded leaf to stretch spine. Back to all fours. Play around with different ways to say good morning to your spine. Let's put it that way. And let your hips go from side to side. Good morning, Tess. Good morning. Ooh. All right, so then, let's begin to crawl around on all fours. Now, if this is hard on your knees, you don't have to do this. You can stay on all fours, or you can come and sit up. But as you crawl, begin to feel one of your arms stretching forward like a cat's paw. Feel that stretch through your torso. Ooh. And maybe it's the opposite knee that then comes to meet it. Good morning, Anne. So one paw reaches, stretching through your back body to your torso, and the other knee comes to meet it, or comes up. Feel the cross coordination, the cross movement through your spine, through your back. Maybe the hand and the knee happen at the same time, maybe they don't. Maybe they happen one than the other. You can play around with that. I don't think it usually happens at the exact same time for a cat. I'll have to watch it today. Maybe it does. And then whenever you need to, come back into a folded leaf. Or maybe it's a praying cat that begins to pray on something. Relax. Let your breath drop into your belly. Feel the breath coming in and out through soft open lips. And feel how the breath nourishes your back and your spine and your arms. everything that was a moment ago getting stretched and woken up and cross-examined. And let your thought go deep into your body. Let it go all the way down to your tailbone. With the breath to drop all the way down to your tailbone. And then release out on a loose, sloppy F sound. To release any remaining tension that you might be carrying or holding on to. And then the thought drops down to your belly. And the thought of a neutral, unformed sound. It just happens. You have the thought, and then it happens. Thought drops down to the belly. And now it's a bigger thought. It's like a river of sound, a river of relief. That thought comes in on the next breath, and it magically turns to that river of sound. And now, gently rock yourself back up to all fours. And let the thought of that river come in. And you're going to shake that river down and out through one of your legs, out behind you. And then down and out through the other leg. And then gently shaking it through your pelvis, through your hip sockets. However that works for you. Shake may not really be what's happening. And then gently arching and rounding your spine. Picturing the vibrations now beginning in the tailbone, traveling through your arching spine and releasing out your mouth, starting with the rounded spine. When that thought is over, the breath drops in as the belly drops, the head drops, the tailbone drops, The breath drops in as the tailbone and the head drop at the same time, and the spine rounds, the back rounds. The tailbone drops, the belly drops, new breath and thought drop in. And when you arrive at the end of this thought, make sure that you're not sinking down into your arms. You're not a deer at, drinking water at the forest pool, which might be of interest to you right now, but that's not where we're at. So you're really pushing up and out of your hands. Your neck is long here. It's not collapsing back. Tailbone drops, belly drops, breath drops in. Tailbone drops, belly drops, breath drops in. Your spine rounds as your head and tail drop. Your spine rounds, you come back to that folded leaf. Come back to that place of rest. And if you check in with that touch of sound, notice if the vibrations of your voice feel any different now. Do they seem to reverberate in any new parts of you? Do they feel any easier to access? Do you have any more different sense of immediacy, ease, resonance? Check in with that. From here, come onto your side, into another resting position, another place of rest, into a semi-fetal position, curling up like a baby, semi in the womb, only semi, 2%. Letting the thought drop down to your navel. Your thought of the breath dropping into your navel. And the thought of a sigh will come from your navel past the middle of your tongue as you gently shake the middle of your tongue loose. Can the feeling of however it is you feel in this semi-fetal, in this very internal, this very private place, the hope is that there's a feeling of comfort here, a feeling of everything's okay. But whatever that is for you, can that feeling also come through that sigh? the belly can soften here as you feed in that thought of there. It's going to be all right. We're safe here. The belly can soften. There's no need for the belly to tighten, to protect, to go into defense mode. It can soften and release. Because you fed in those thoughts of it's okay, of that real comfort to yourself, you can allow yourself to begin to come from that semi-fetal, letting if you're on your right side, we'll say, your left arm will come out to the left side, and if you're on your right side, it's the left arm that's going to come out, until you find yourself in a diagonal stretch. So your upper body relaxes away from your knees, and you find yourself with your arms in a T or down in a low V or whatever is most comfortable for you. Taking with you the sense of comfort, the sense of it's okay. But you have dared to move from that very private place to a somewhat more open configuration, which is the diagonal stretch. And it's opening you through your ribs, through your inner abdominals, through your belly. All of those places of you are now becoming open all the way to the opposite arm, which is to say the opposite to your knees. And you might even dare to now come in and smile the cheeks wide with a big thought, the side down to the hip socket nearest the ground, and you sigh out through that open, vulnerable, open space. Ah. And you can even dare to let your head, your face, your head face away from your knees. I'm going to face towards my knees. That way I'm facing my microphone. But you can feel free to play with your head turning away from your knees. It is such a risk. It's a real risk to come out of that semi-fetal. So you do it only when you feel you're ready. And then the next dare to yourself is to feed in through a smiling, yawning space down to the hip socket, a sigh that travels like a river through your torso and then back out through that open, vulnerable, permeable space. Ah. And you might find that there is some relief in that, some comfort. Still that feeling of, it's okay. Ah. And the next dare, as we go from the private, the very internal, to the public, is to stretch and relax the tongue, to dare to bring that part of you out into the world. But can you still feed in the feeling of it's okay? It's going to be all right. You feed that thought into the hip socket. It becomes a river of relief. A river of it's okay, we're okay. And then you dare to peek your tongue out of your mouth as if to say, I think it's okay now, I'm going to come even more out into the world. I'm going to bring myself into the public. And once you prove to yourself that it's okay, you can now try it twice. And you have to check that nothing bad has happened. Make sure you do that. It's a real risk to bring yourself from that private place so far into the public. And if that is true, you can dare to do it again. And maybe that feels like, oh, that's way too much public. So with a sigh, loosening your tongue, you'll bring your knees up and over to the other side into a semi-fetal on the other side, back to that very private place. I'm going to turn my private place, towards you. And you'll come back to that semi-fetal, that very, very precious, private, inward place. And all of your thought go inward and downward to your belly button, to your navel, to somewhere that's very internal for you. And again, with a thought to soothe yourself, you'll sigh, letting the thought drop into your middle. You'll sigh as if thinking, there, to yourself. You'll sigh and loosen the middle of your tongue. Or maybe you even say that to yourself. You say, there. It's going to be all right. And find different ways to soothe yourself, to comfort yourself, to make it all okay. It's okay. We're okay. And when you feel, and only when you feel, that you are ready to emerge from this very private place to something that moves into a more public place, perhaps you'll let your knees stay where they're at. You will let whatever your top arm is, you'll let your top arm now extend out away from your knee. So you're in a diagonal stretch on that side. And again, you can let your head gently turn away from your knees. Now I'm going to stay towards them, so I'm towards my microphone. I'm towards you. Letting a thought go down to the hip socket, and you can dare to let that smiling yawn come across your face as you open your throat. You relax that open down to your hip socket, and you sigh out. You stretch and relax your tongue as you come from that very deep private place in you outward into the world. Maybe you don't know if you're going to do it again. Each time, it's your choice to come from what's private to what is public. And maybe you don't do it this time. Maybe you just feed in the thought. Maybe you go back to that there. Maybe it's too much to come to that public place today. But if you have the Spirit in you and it moves you to dare yourself, you can come back to that big open sigh. And then maybe that's plenty, and you bring yourself back to that semi-fetal, just on that side. And you return to that feeling of the private, the very inward. And you register what that was like for you to move into something that is so open, so vulnerable and permeable. Now coming back to the private, what that was like for you. You let that thought come through. And maybe you actually give it words. Maybe you say, it felt like, or it was, and maybe you give it actual words. It felt opening. It felt a little scary. And now you have the option. You can stay in this very private place for a bit. And you'll loosen the middle of your tongue. And when you want to, you're going to dare to come into an even more public place. Your feet will move away from you, your arms come above you until you're in a big banana stretch. Your whole body has found the stretch. And at the top of that stretch, you're going to dare to open even more by breathing in and out on a whispered cough, to open the space in the back of the throat. And then when you've had enough of that, you come back to that semi-fetal, back to the private. So we're really playing right now with this idea of the internal, the private, your private world, and daring to move into what is public. As you do that, see if you can keep a connection to yourself. That is to say, you don't have to abandon yourself to go into the public. It does not become completely extroverted, performative. You retain the sense of yourself. When you're ready, taking yourself into the banana stretch, at the top of that stretch, breathing in and out, letting the internal meet the external, the private meet the public, and the public meet the private. And then relaxing back. And letting yourself, loosening your tongue up and over to the other semi-fetal. And notice, did that sort of move you from something that's private to being a bit more public, and then back to the private again? So it's really having an interest in when you're really in that internal private place and when you move to the public. Now another thought. You breathe in on a whispered ka. That's going to take you into the banana stretch. At the top of that stretch, your eyes will be open. You will call a high on sound vibration. So it will be high. When you'll relax back. When you're ready. High. And then relax back. So the thought, beginning in the semi-fetal with that whispered ka, drops into your middle. That's dropping into you, into the private. You move from that private place into something that is quite extroverted. Your eyes open at the top. And you let what is inside of you meet what is outside of you as you call the high. And maybe you're saying hello to your room. Maybe you're imagining somebody, a good friend, a loved one, someone that you would call high to. Or maybe it's to your room. So you come back to the semi-fetal and breathing in. High. Relaxing back. And if at any point that was, so much to go to, you can soothe yourself. There. And always do that. You can even do that on your way back to the semi-fetal if you need. High. So, those are the two thoughts. Now, I'm going to give you a thought, pitch with my voice. You'll answer me back. This time, we're going to add to that you daring to stretch and relax your tongue. Not because that's what we always do in this part of the warm-up, but because you are daring to bring yourself even more into the world by stretching, relaxing your tongue once or twice. It's up to you. So it will be, I'll give it to you first. And as you call that high, don't lose the connection to your middle, to your belly. Don't lose the connection to yourself. It's you bringing yourself through the high, through the call, and then daring to stretch and relax your tongue to bring yourself even more into the public. Bring yourself up and over to the other side. Because why just do it on one side? On the other semifetal, you can dare now to add to this as you stretch and relax your tongue to circle your wrists and circle your ankle joints so that you are opening up those spaces, those very, very delicate and vulnerable spaces of your joints as you stretch and relax the tongue. So again, it's another layer of you bringing yourself more into the world. But it always begins with you. It always begins with your inner, private, introverted connection. Just staying here in the semifetal, staying back in the private world of you. Very easily, stay connected to that private inner connection as you bring yourself back now onto all fours. We won't be here, well, we'll be here for a bit, so if you need something for your knees, a little pillow or a blanket of some sort, grab that. And relax back into the to the folded leaf once more. And again, a very internal place, a very private place. Let the thought drop down to your tailbone. With the tip of the tongue anchored at the back of your bottom teeth, the front blade of your tongue relaxing forward a bit. And you'll sigh. It's just for you. It's not performed. It's really coming from you, through you, and then just into the space underneath you. And now you're going to just flick those vibrations forward with a little flicker of the front of your tongue. And it's going to help those vibrations to just drop even more forward into the floor underneath your lips. And maybe you have the sense that that initial sigh is still quite private, but the sort of flicks it into the public domain, as it were. And so there's just a little encouraging, like, off you go, right? Off you go. Maybe even say that. See what that does for you. Off you go. Off you go. And then bring that thought of the off you go back to the tongue loosening. Yeah. And if you ever lose that feeling of off you go, then turn it back to off you go. Yeah. Here you go. Yeah. 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 And as we go higher in pitch, there demands more of a release. There demands more of a letting go. It doesn't necessarily demand more effort, but definitely more of a willingness to let go as we go higher. Yeah. Here you go. Yeah. 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 As if you're releasing, perhaps, you've been, I just got this image, you're sort of, you're relaxing at a pool of water, stream, and you're releasing the fishies that you've been taking care of, and now it's time for them. It's time for them to release into the wild and to live their lives and to grow. And you're releasing them. Yeah. Yeah. Off you go. Yeah. 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 And outside. Yeah. La 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 ma ma ma. Yeah. La 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 ma ma ma. So you now can keep that connection of yourself and the connection of yourself coming into the, releasing into the world, coming up to sit on your knees if that's comfortable, or you can come and sit cross-legged if that's more comfortable. Shaking your jaw loose. There you go, that's your jaw awareness for today. Lengthen your neck up and back, with the thought returning back into you, into that private place inside of you. But now, it's the wide open spaces of your chest, of your torso. Hello. And you sigh up and feel, let it be very private, feel the resonance in your chest. As if you're not extroverting that chest resonance, it's really about the feeling of the resonance in the bones of your body. And with a loose fist and a long sigh, as if you could now thump the vibrations through your ribs to begin to encourage them to come from the privateness of your chest into the publicness of the world. Come out, come out, come out. Come out wherever you are. And now open your eyes if they're closed and let that resonance that you've loosened now come up through the chest and wash the ceiling or whatever is above you with resonance. Let it paint or wash or sigh to the ceiling. It's very public now. And you be this public, this extroverted, still having a connection to what's happening in you, to your private world. Ah. And then bring it back and thump it back into you. Ah. Yes, you're sort of tamping that down again, tamping the lid shut, back to the private. Now, come up on your neck. And if it's comfortable for you, you can pop up onto your knees. But it's not comfortable for me, so I'm not going to do that. But if you want to, it will give you a really interesting sense of perhaps the length of your spine, but you don't have to do that. In fact, my legs are falling asleep, and yours might be too. So I'm going to come and sit cross-legged, because I like my legs, and I don't want them to cease to be of use to me. But we are going to come and bring our heads on top of our necks. And again, we've returned, as we were tamping down the chest resonance, we've returned back into the private world of our bodies, bringing your hands now to your mouth, letting the resonance now coming from your middle, coming up into your mouth. Ah. You can let your eyes close again. Even though the mouth is open, the sense of this resonance is very, very much a private affair. You're feeling, noticing the resonance inside the spaces, in and off of the spaces of your mouth. Now you can dare to come from that private place to a more public place by bringing your hands in front of your mouth, clasping your hands together, and letting them extend your hard palate. And the resonance of your mouth comes now out to your room. Ah. Ah. It starts very private in your mouth. Sort of pace your fingertips, pace your palms, and then when you choose to, you bring that out. You bring that out into the world, but only when you choose to, when you dare to move from the private to the public. Ah. Ah. And then bring it back to yourself. Ah. Shake it back into you. Ah. Now, we've brought ourselves back. This very internal place. Let your neck lengthen forward. The sense of your resonance will now come into your teeth. Really paying attention to the feeling of the resonance inside of your body, on the bones of your teeth. E. Relaxing the back of your tongue. E. E. Now, when you dare to do that, that's the magic word of the day, when you dare to move those vibrations from the very inner place of your teeth to the world, you can drop those vibrations forward or beneath you. E. E. And when you do that, you don't lose the connection to yourself. You stay connected to you. It does not become performative, whatever that might mean to you. He. There's still that connection to your middle. That's the source of your vibrations. He. Come back to your mouth. Ah. Private to public. Ah. Can those exist almost simultaneously now? That it's not so much moving from one to the other, but you are in both spaces at once. Ah. And as you drop back to your chest, can those places exist at the same time? Ah. Ah. And now, coming up on your neck, letting the private and the public meeting at the same time, being in both of those places. Hey. 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 You might use some arbitrary number of a 50% and a 50% if you find that's useful, of 50% private, 50% public, or just the thought of I'm in both at the same time. And you might find there are moments, hey, where you move more into one than the other, and you can register that for yourself. Hey. You bring your legs out, shaking the hay down through your legs. Hey. And through an arm. Hey. The other arm. Hey. And then we're going to easily come to standing, whatever way is most comfortable to you. Hey. Negotiating this private and public sensibility. Hey. Coming up. You can do it however you want. Hey. And when you come up to standing, stand comfortably with your feet underneath you. Think into your shoulder blades. Your shoulder blades are going to bring your arms out. So from the inner world of your shoulder blades, your arms come out, out, out. You are in your arms as you bring them out. Your eyes are open. Your knees are soft. They're going to be ready for some bouncing. Your knees are soft. You are there. You've arrived. You are in your arms. You are aware of what's going on inside of you, and you are taking in with your arms and your eyes what is outside of you and letting the world fall into them. And now we're going to swing and swing and swing, swing and swing, swing and swing with a knee bounce, swing and swing. 2 knee bounces, bounce and bounce, bounce and bounce. And now we're going to add hey, hey. Now I'm just going to give you that next hey, and can you let this hey swing from in you to out of you, through your arms, through your fingertips, from private to public, being in both of those places. So it will be hey. Sorry, that's completely screwing up your rhythm. Let's start again. Ha 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 ha. Thought I could do it all in one and I couldn't. We'll start with the arms out. I'll give you the hey. Hey, 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 arms out. Hey. From private to public, public to private. Hey, hey, hey. Now your arms will come down, down. You're still in your arms. Arms come down. Hey. Don't retreat too far back in you. Don't come too far out. You're looking for that very precarious place, that vulnerable precipice of your awareness of private and public, inner and outer. Hey, hey, hey. As you see what's around you, let the world fall into you, into your eyes. Hey, hey, hey. Don't leave yourself. Don't go too far out. Hey, hey, hey. Checking in with how you feel. I feel, and that those words come out to the world. I feel vulnerable. I feel aware. Gently let your awareness come back now to your computer and all of the public, the intranetting places. Thank you for joining me today with this journey inside out, and I'll see you tomorrow. Mwah.